Matt, where are the long form videos, man? All right, let me tell you where they are. They ain't done yet. I do have some videos lined up, but this will be my next long form video. And this is just me talking about where the hell have I been? First of all, if you watch any of my shorts, which is all I've been doing lately, they all talk about one of the reasons that I haven't been posting a lot. I've been posting shorts, but not a lot of long form content. And that is the apagones. No me gusta. I don't like apagones, blackouts. And no me gusta huecos, which are potholes or gaps in the road. I hate huecos. That's how I hurt my head over the handlebars of my electric bike. Anyway, so apagones have been taking up a lot of my time. Working on the generator. We have a brand new generator that went almost 50 hours before it broke. Strangely, it was made in China, which is usually known for quality goods. No, it's not. I got a video about that too. Anyway, so one of the reasons I need the generator is because of another Chinese good, hydroelectric dams, that aren't very good and placed in the wrong place, and the engineering was bad, and some of them haven't actually ever operated at capacity. But once again, I'm not crapping on China. And so, yeah, that's been occupying a lot of my time. Also, I have been building a backup to our backup system. And what does that mean? Well, I ordered in the US some really nice solar generators. They're not huge, they're small, because I had them muled in. And they are a very good brand. And I had them muled in, and I'm using them to run our internet and our security cameras at night when we have blackouts. And that works very, very well. And actually, also when the generator doesn't work, like now the generator doesn't work because it broke. And the guy's been here 3 times to fix it, still hasn't fixed it. So I may end up having to YouTube this sucker myself. Hopefully not, because I really don't need one more thing to do. But, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I'm laughing because you know what, man? I worked every single day. Every single day I figured it out. I figured out a way to work. I didn't miss one meeting. I didn't miss 1 hour of work. Not one. And that's good. A lot of people depend on me. So that's one of the reasons, is this whole blackout thing and how we're dealing with it, that I have not done any long form content recently. Also, my wife is Catholic, and I am not Catholic. And she wanted out. We've been married already, legally, for quite some time. But she wanted to get married in the church for various reasons. And so, in order to do that, to do a mixed marriage like that, the Catholic Church requires that I take catechism, I think they call it. So it is, to me, it's Sunday school, right? It's understanding of the Bible, maybe not a super deep understanding, but an understanding of what Catholicism is all about, okay? And if I had made this video before I took the classes, it would have been a very different video. Because growing up as a kid, I had always had this understanding of, my understanding of the Catholic Church came from history. Things like the Reformation, stuff like that. And the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah, so the thing is like, obviously being a Methodist like me, my church doesn't go quite back that far to where we have an Inquisition. But it's interesting that the Catholics call like Methodists and stuff, they call us our separated brothers, that Eventually, we want to bring them back into the fold. But I've been taking classes, right? I've been taking classes so that we can get married in the church. And we have finally gotten married in the church. But it was an accelerated class schedule, which meant every day after work, I went to the church. And we were there for 3.5 hours, like every night. Just learning. And we had homework. And half the time it was in Spanish, which is really hard for me. And half the time it was in English with this young person. And she was very, very good at this. And she is the one who made me stay interested. And why? Why did she make me stay interested? Because she was so excited and exuberant about her faith. It is something that I am used to seeing from like born again Christians, not from Catholics, right? I don't see this kind of excitement and this, oh, we went to a retreat, and oh, we're going and we're preaching the good news to these different places. And I'm like, wow, that is not something I've heard Catholics do. I mean, I know they used to do it because, once again, the history of the Catholic Church and its association with colonization, I don't know if anyone ever really talks about that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's past history. But that was my take on the Catholic Church. Plus, all the bad things that have happened in the past 30 years, in the news with the Catholic Church. But I have just not erased it from my mind, but I have taken that and put it somewhere else, because this church is so deeply involved in its community in a very good way. And it is a beautiful thing. And I am very, very glad that I took these classes and that I was able to do this and that we got married ecclesiastically in the Catholic Church. There's still things about Catholicism that I disagree with, but I understand why they're there now. I understand why they're there. And I could do a video if anyone is even remotely interested in that. Probably I'll get a lot of comments about religion in general here, but religion has its place, and for some people it's right up front, and I think it does do more good than harm. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people fighting me about that one. Anyway, that's one of the things keeping me busy. One of the other things keeping me busy is that we have been helping out family. Right now we have my wife's aunt with us for a couple of weeks, and she has short-term memory problems. Could be Alzheimer's, could be dementia. I'm not really sure which it is. And she's also blind. But other than that, she's very mobile. Now, that's interesting right there. She is very mobile. She's getting up, she's running around, she's doing stuff in a house that she is completely unfamiliar with, except for she was here 30 years ago, right? So yeah, this house has been around in my wife's family for quite some time, but it has changed since my wife's aunt was here last, and there's been some additions and things. And she'll go through the house and she'll go, and she's blind, okay? She's blind. She'll touch the walls and she'll go, wait a minute, I've never been here. And she's right, it's the extension of the house, but in her head, she has mapped this house with her hands. It is very impressive. And also, she's very small and skinny and petite, and that woman can house some food, my friends. She absolutely has eaten everything that I put in front of her. She has not left one fork full on the plate, and I greatly appreciate someone with that kind of that kind of love for food, and I like cooking for people that do that like that. We've also hosted some friends and done that because they have helped us out, especially with things that had to do with getting married in the church. They ask that you have godparents or family members that are going to come and help you out with. No, I'm sorry, godparents that are not family members, which is really hard. Um, what am I going to do? Fly someone in from the U.S. to help me out to be in the Catholic Church? I mean, that's going to be hard. But so we had close friends that helped us out with that. So we wanted to have them over. We have friends who have helped us out with a lot of other issues, especially my visa, getting my visa for here. We just wanted to say thank you. We just want to say thank you to these people because they did do a great deal for us. And so we had them over. We wanted them to stay with us and eat, and we'll go do fun things together and stuff like that. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It is a lot of work and it is tiring, especially after I've been working so hard with all this other stuff. Plus, I work during the day and I had to go to church at night. And there were times we come home and I'm just too tired to eat. I just take a handful of peanuts and go to bed. So those are the things that have been keeping me busy and making it hard for me to make videos. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's also it's kind of an outlet for me. And then we're traveling in November for a week. I got to get ready for that too. We've got people taking care of the house, and I have to write a manual for them because I'm serious, man. This house needs a manual. I have 400 keys, and it is just crazy. Oh, one of the great things that happened to me is there is this dish here in Ecuador. By the way, I love food. I love to cook. And I love it when I find food that is delicious. And there is this dish in Ecuador called hornado. And it's basically fried chunks of pork, right? With mote, which is kind of like corn, but big, huge kernels of very starchy corn. Mote, it's like hominy grits, okay? And it also comes with chifles, which are plantains that are deep fried, and onions, like a little onion salad. And anyway, it comes with all these things. And I've never had one that I said, wow, this is so good. And people tell me all the time, oh, you got to try this one. You got to try that one. I have tried, I don't know, 15 different hornados. And it's just not good. I mean, it's okay. It's okay, but usually the pork's overdone. It's not succulent and delicious. It's just cooked to hell. And nobody ever flavors the mote. The mote tastes like mote. You ever had mote? It's like grits with no salt. I'm not joking you. If you know what grits are and you can eat them with no butter or salt, you're a better man than I or woman. Okay? Because it's just not delicious. It's okay. It's just a pile of starch. It's like taking a handful of flour and licking it. It's not good. There's no flavor, no sabor. But this place, their pork was so good. Doña Charito. And all they serve is this one dish, right? They just serve hornado. That's it. Nada más. Nothing else. And wow, it was incredible. The best part is it's not very far from my house, so like I'm gonna go eat there again. And it was $4.50. Totally worth it. Speaking of which, I have found some really interesting things here in Ecuador as far as food goes. So anyway, those are the things that have been slowing me down. But I got some videos lined up. They're mostly done already. They're things that I wanted to talk about before, but I think that I could do a better job of talking about them if I did a little more factual research, like my friends, Chris and Mike. Mike does incredible research. And again, I'm going to say the same thing about GMAs. Great research. He's got like tables and graphs and articles and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm just telling you how it feels to be me here right now. I mean, does anybody care? Probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway because I feel like it, and that's another Gen X thing, right? Anyway, um, there will be more videos coming, and they will be more focused. But this is what you got for now. So talk to you later.